Welcome to the show. My name is BEAWARE, and today we are going to discuss about the ransomware infection. Currently, in over 99 countries around the world, as a virus has attacked computers. The virus is called ransomware. And to define ransomware is malicious computer software that attacks computers, that is personal computers and computers owned by organizations, and it can move by its own. You don't have to do an action for your computer to get this infection, ransomware infection. So many computers around the world as we speak are in danger of being infected by this virus. It has already been reported or seen in 99 countries around the world, including the United Kingdom, the United States, China, Russia, Spain, Italy, and Taiwan. It is a massive attack at the least. Computers have been locked by the virus, and whoever is responsible for this ransomware infection are demanding $300 in form of bitcoins for them to unlock your computer. So one day you wake up, you find your computer is locked, and someone is demanding $300 to unlock the computer. So it is suspected that a group called the Shadow Brokers is behind this cyber attack. This group in April claimed that they had stolen tools developed by the United States National Security Agency, and then they released them online and tried to auction them. For you to transfer the money which is asked as ransom, that's $300 in form of bitcoins, you must use Bitcoin wallets or wallet, and it has been noted that wallets of digital Bitcoin have been, those who suspected to belong to the owners of the virus, ransomware virus, have started filling up with cash. Some of the organizations are already affected. Their operations have come to a standstill. Is the National Health Service, NHS, in the United Kingdom. It has been hard hit because patients are turned away from the hospitals since the administrators cannot access their computers where records are kept. It is important to explain at this point how this ransomware or malware work. One, it's deployed through a worm. A worm is a program that spreads like wildfire on its own between computers. So it starts with a worm. This spread in form of a worm which spreads around computers on its own. So this factor makes the computer users to be quite helpless because it is spread by factors beyond their control. Now, to be safe, you need to take a number of precautions. The first one, you should avoid clicking on links or attachment from suspicious emails. Avoid clicking on those links on suspicious emails. Then make sure your computer is always up to date in terms of software. The antivirus software, make sure the antivirus software is up to date. Keep all your important files in an external hard disk. Get yourself an hard disk like this one and keep all your important files in it, because in case of a virus attack, you will be safe. You will just access the important files from the hard disk. So get yourself a hard disk like mine. This is a 1 terabyte. I acquired at the price of 7,000 shillings here in Nairobi, Kenya. So go to the nearest computer shop near you and acquire your own hard disk. You can even get better than this. There is a 2 terabyte. So that's important. Number 3, contact an expert if this happens to you. If you become a victim of a virus attack and your computer is rocked, then make a point of contacting an expert and inform them. Our last part of this episode, we are going to explain how the Bitcoin system works. Bitcoin was created by Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008. Satoshi Nakamoto is not really a person, or it might be a group of programmers or one programmer. It is really, the Bitcoin software was really created under a system of mystery. It's mysterious the way the software was created. It was published in a white paper in 2008, and this Bitcoin is a virtual currency, which is unregulated digital money, and that is why most people like it. It is being exploited by crooks because it's unregulated. It is a user or a peer-to-peer transaction. This means that it is a transaction between users. There is no intermediary. There is no intermediary. If I give you an example how this Bitcoin system works, an example of M-Pesa. In an M-Pesa system, there are users who send money to each other, but there is an intermediary who is the Safaricom or M-Pesa, which is owned by Safaricom. So Safaricom is an intermediary. But for Bitcoin, it is different. It is different. For Bitcoin, money is transferred from one user to another without there being an intermediary. That's why it is called peer-to-peer transaction. It's approximated that there are 2.9 million to 5.8 million users worldwide, according to a research paper published by Cambridge University in 2017. The software, or the Bitcoin software, was released as open source software in 2009. So the paper appeared in 2008, illustrating how the Bitcoin system works and what it entails, the features, and then in 2009 it was released as an open source software. The problem with the Bitcoin system of money transfer or carrying out transaction is that it is very volatile. If you look at the exchange rates between the Bitcoin and the United States dollars, it goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. It has ups and downs. So it is very volatile. The exchange rates can change at any time. Now, we have seen the main thing we should remember from this episode is that you can send money from one party to another without going through the financial institution. And this is why Bitcoin is the most preferred form of transaction by people who are seeking ransom, terrorists, and also criminals and people who do business in the underground world, because there is no regulator. No one can trace the money, how it moved from party A to party B. So it is the most preferred form of transaction. Another point we should understand is that the transaction fee is optional. Tell me where in the world where the transaction fee is optional. When you send money via M-Pesa here in Kenya, you pay transaction fee. When you send money through the bank, money wiring from one account to another account, that is the processing fee. When you send money, if you give some money to someone to take to another person, you will pay some commission for that work. The symbols for Bitcoin is BTC or XBT, or a B which looks like a dollar sign. There are other smaller units of the Bitcoin, such as the Miri Bitcoin. The Miri Bitcoin is MBTC, or the Micro Bitcoin, or which was named Satoshi. This is a very small fraction of the Bitcoin. Currently, the exchange rate between the Bitcoin and the US dollars is 1 Bitcoin equal to 1,683.38 US dollars. It's a whopping amount. When we in Kenya we are talking about 1 US dollar is equivalent to 103 Kenyan shillings. When you talk about Bitcoin, it is 1 Bitcoin is equivalent to 1,683.38 United States dollars. This means that if you are asked for one single Bitcoin, you would have to part with 168,300 shillings, Kenyan shillings. So doing the calculation, the people who released the ransom, the virus, were asking for 300 US dollars, and they said they don't want to be paid through the bank or through this ordinary means of doing business, open business. They wanted to be paid through Bitcoin, and 300 US dollars is equivalent to 0.18 BTC or 0.18 Bitcoin. So that is the short story about the virus, which is giving a hell of time to millions of people around the world in 99 countries, in the United States, in the United Kingdom, in Spain, in Italy, in Taiwan, in Russia, and no one is safe. The virus can travel to any part of this world and cause havoc. It can block your computer. It can block you from using your computer. So this leaves us with one option, on a number of options. The first option is make sure you don't click on links from suspicious emails. Number 2, make sure important files in your computer are kept in a hard disk. Number 3, keep your important files in a hard disk, as we have said. Then contact an expert if you experience a virus attack. So if you keep your computer system up to date, there is a likelihood that you will not be found by this malware attack. Be safe. Starting today, make sure your computer is up, software, antivirus software is up to date. Keep all files, all important files in an external hard disk, and also make sure you contact an expert in case the worst becomes to worse. Thank you for listening to this episode, and kindly subscribe to our channel in the link below. Bye.